Before you open the first present this year, watch this video. Hey, it's Kara. Welcome to my take at the lake. I so wish I would have thought of this sooner. Not sooner this season, but sooner decades ago. A couple things that triggered this project, and this is going to be another bonus in the comp book love 12 days of comp book. Another bonus because this was not on my original list either. But I was over helping my aunt wrap gifts last night, and she has the best collection of wrapping paper ever, and this is by far my favorite. I'm sure you can tell why. It is so glittery and sparkly, and it's beautiful Santa dogs everywhere. It is so much fun. And what she's doing this year is she has 3 great granddaughters. Each girl has their own special paper, so she doesn't have to put tags on everything, because there's a lot. You know, it's a step saver. And I know a lot of people do this, and this was one of the girls' wrapping papers. And we were exchanging Christmas memory stories, and I was never a snooper at all. I knew how important it was and how hard Mom and Gram worked to get just the right gift and have it just be such a nice surprise that I didn't have the heart to snoop and break their heart and try and fake being surprised. You know, I just wasn't worth it. But what I did do was I snooped after Grandma had all the gifts wrapped. Is I would snoop and I'd see which one of those beautiful little tags, which ones had my name on it. And I got such a thrill out of that. Just seeing that, oh, that one's for me, and that one's mine, and that one's mine too. And I wish that I had snippets of those wrapping papers that my grandma used. Now, I think if I go way back in that Christmas smash book thing that I showed a few weeks back, there might be some wrapping paper in there. There's surely tags. But what I'm going to start now, and it's so too late for me, that's why it's important for you to watch this video. Start one of these for your kids or your grandkids, because in the future, their future 50-year-old self will get such a warm, fuzzy thrill out of looking back at all the wrapping paper through Christmases of their past. Now, of course, you can do this with all season wrapping paper. Just start a book and put wrapping paper in it. But Christmas especially is so magical that I'm going to do just Christmas paper in this. I just pulled out another one of my only 80 sheets composition book from Walmart, 97 cents. I buy them in bulk at back to school season sales. And I'm going to go through that box that I've shown you a few times before. This box has lots of papers in it from Christmases gone by, but only maybe the last couple of years, perhaps. I have some in my basement that I've been using for years, so I'll probably add some of those. And then from here on out, saving my favorites from this year that I get as presents from my mom and my aunt and my family. I brought home a bounty of really beautiful paper scraps from what I was using last night, helping my aunt wrap. And that's a different kind of Christmas memory of mine now, is going over and helping her wrap gifts this year. And so this will be a 2 or 3 or 4 page spread of just the papers, so I can remember what it was like going to her house this year and helping her wrap. I'll give you a tour of all the different wrapping paper at the end of the video. But all I'm going to do, and you can do this in any way that you want. And I am going to start, well, I was going to say I am going to start front to back so that because it's chronological. However, we all know that they get glue books, get kitty kitty wampus if you don't work around them. Some in the middle, some in the back, some in the front, some in the back, some in the middle, some in the front, and just hop around. I can just easily put what year it was. So I may do that just so that the book stays nice. I'm not sure. I am going to save these front few pages for older pieces that I find. And then I'm just going to grab a page and just cut a piece or tear a piece. Here's some torn bits already from different projects. Leanne got me this paper last year for Christmas because it has little Frenchies on it and little doggers everywhere. They're so cute and it's so bright. And this is beautiful paper. It has these guys on the front and a wonderful coordinating, kind of a grungy, spattery white striped, red and white striped on the back. So I'm going to take 2 pieces of this, and I would just, because this is probably how it's going to end up, because this is how Christmas happens, right? Torn bits. And I like that organic nature of it. So I'll put that down, and then probably just, this one's a tissue, but it's got that beautiful metallic writing on it. So I will put some of that down. But you can, if you feel like taking the time and trimming them all to similarly sized squares or rectangles, by all means, do whatever feels right. But do it. Do it not only for yourself, but start one for your kids and grandkids so that they can look back on their Christmases, probably the best Christmases they'll ever have, sad but true, when they were kids. Because the fun kind of wears off, and the shine kind of wears off, and what used to be fun is now work, and it's still a magical season. But so start saving these. I don't want to take up too much time. I don't think this needs a whole lot of explanation. You're going to take this idea and run with it. I am probably just going to glue in pieces, random sized shaped pieces, whatever I have of whatever piece. I am from here on out going to coordinate them by year, just for my own satisfaction. But you can certainly put them in a random order, and as you look at them through the years, you'll go, oh yeah, that was 2025, or oh yeah, that was the year we bought the house, or oh yeah, that was the year I got inducted into the Hall of Fame. Whatever. The memories will be triggered by the images. I also wanted to show you real quick, another thing that sort of triggered this is I found this very old, it's a Whitman book, and I remember that little picture was on a lot of the books I had as a kid. My mom played piano, and so she'd play these songs on the piano. So I remember this book coming out every year at the holidays when I was quite young, and it's still around, and it's in pristine condition. It was a whopping 59 cents when I got it, or when Mom got it. And these watercolory illustrations just always lit my imagination up. Looking at things like this that were so bright and so colorful, it was almost like watching a cartoon of them. They came to life in my brain. And I love this silly little book. And it's illustrated throughout with those beautiful vintage watercolor images. There's a father and a son decorating, helping Mom and daughter decorate the tree. And then all the classics. Oh, Christmas tree. If you're interested, I will tack a flip through of this at the end of this video as well. I hope that you take this idea and run with it. Cover the book. You can cover it, make it a present, look like a present, wrap it up, put a piece of ribbon on and a bow, and make it in even a Christmas tag to make it look like a Christmas gift. And then each year you could put it out under the tree so people would remember to keep bits of their favorite wrapping paper. Not all of it. Maybe it is all of it. The way we do Christmas, I could fill this whole 80 sheets up in 1 year. We do Christmas crazy around here. But just your favorite bits. My aunt, truth be told, had probably, I would say, about 50 different rolls of really cool wrapping paper. And I just picked a few to work with. And I just kept scraps of those. And then she gave me a few of the best bits. Like this was the very last bit of this that was left over from wrapping all of that particular granddaughter's gifts. Stay-at-home dog mom. I have my little sweater mug out. And today's coffee is French vanilla. Got real creative today. But I have real cream in it and cinnamon and a little bit of nutmeg. And oh, it's so good. So maybe it'll be a nice new holiday tradition in your family. And I am telling you, I wish I had the ones from when I was 5 and 6 and 8 and 2 and 10 to remember those wonderful. I can remember some of the packages. Like one year when we lived in Florida, my mom wrapped up all of the boxes in super bright jewel tone, red, green, and blue metallic wrapping paper, and then put velvet bows and ribbons on each, adorned with clusters of pine cones and pine boughs and dried orange slices, all flocked with artificial snow. That under the tree was gloriously beautiful. Now, again, we lived in Florida, so we sprayed snow on the tree and snow on the windows, and she sprayed snow on all the gifts. So beautiful. I don't have any of that paper, but I have that in my brain. I remember some of the things that my grandma used to wrap in very vaguely. So I have those memories, but oh, it would be so nice to go to that year in the book and go, oh, there it is. As clear as it was as the day it happened. Before I show you the papers and the flip through of the vintage Christmas Carol book, next week I am going to do another comp book love, 12 days of comp book, something that'll help you kick off the new year in the right direction. We all could use help with that, some of us more than others, right? Tomorrow or the next day, I'm going to send you a video holiday greeting, just a quick tour of my little Christmas trees and snowman row, and a tour of my tree with my vintage ornaments that I found in my basement that I used for the first time in 20 years this year. If you're looking for an escape from the chaos, look me up. We'll connect over the holidays. And again, next week I will have a composition book for the new year with a printable, of course. So here are some of the papers I brought home. These adorable little gnomes. There's a couple different kinds, and they all say gnome for Christmas. I showed you the beautiful dogs. This super bright. It's not really Christmassy colors per se, but it's gorgeous. All the snow is iridescent and glittery, and there's a little bit of iridescent glitter on each of the trees where the lights are. Absolutely beautiful. Beautiful. The dogs were represented, as were the cats. Anybody get upset because there's no cats? Same kind of thing. Glittery. The lights are all glittery. The kitties' white bellies are all glittery. So much fun. Can you imagine getting this as a kid, 4 or 5 years old? You're going to remember that forever, I think. His little collar's all glittery, and his little hat. This was my favorite that I used last night. I used this on a lot. It's all just super sparkly. Love, love, love this one. And then something a little more muted. Some vintage Christmas stockings and kind of jewel tones, peacock colors. Super cute. There's another bit of that Christmas tree wrap. I love this one. It's kind of chalkboardy. It's black and red and green with lots of words. I just love this one. And then something a little more traditional. A snowman, ho ho ho, holiday trees, Santa Claus, and then we repeat. Nice bright festive colors. So lots and lots to go there. On to this. So it says piano arrangements with chord symbols for organ and guitar. This traveled with us wherever we went. This moved to Florida with us and back. This moved to Bay City with us and back. To Midland with us and back. We moved a lot. And this has traveled with us the entire time. It is a very well traveled book. Little lambsy divey. Little lambs eat ivy. Look how cute he is right there. This little guy looking up with such wonder and innocence. Oh, so cute. More lambs sleeping under the northern star, the North Star. Star of Bethlehem, whatever. I heard the bells on Christmas Day. So pretty. These kids I remember like crazy for some reason. That one is Joy to the World. Candles. It's so funny how we gravitate to the illustration style of the decade of our kiddom. These are late 60s, early 70s for me, and for somebody it might be 1980s or 1950s. This one I remember. We must have played this one a lot because I remember these pictures. More angels. Winter scene. Caroling. This looks like right out of a Charles Dickens story. Right out of A Christmas Carol. Or lambs. Different from the front, but very similar. And these trees, even though they're sort of muted, to me they're still every bit as magical as they were when I was a kid. But compared to today's high gloss, high color, everything, this is certainly toned down, but no less magical. We saw this one. Helping Mom decorate the tree. More angels. 12 Days of Christmas. Partridge in a Pear Tree. 2 turtle doves. 2 turtle doves. Or 5. 2 swans is swimming. 5 golden rings. Oh wait, 6 geese are laying. 7 swans is swimming. 5 golden rings. They put it all in one. Drummers drumming. Dancers dancing, pipers piping, lords a-leaping, maids a-milking. It's all here. There's the partridge in the pear tree. You know, it's so simple. 1, 2 pieces of wood and some hay or straw over the top, and we read that as a full manger. We get it. It doesn't have to be every single detail. Brilliant. And then some king like ransom, king's treasure, and the back. So beautiful. Thank you very much for sharing this trip down memory lane with me. Please get yourself a notebook and start collecting. Even if you don't have a notebook today, collect the paper today. You can get a notebook in the after Christmas sales. Get a few, but start one for yourself and start one for your family. You don't have to do one for each kid, just one that's going to go around the tree. They might pass it around. They might add to it when they're older. They might start their own. All good traditions. Super, super fun. And oh, what I wouldn't give to have that done for me. But you know, who was thinking about saving paper way back then? In the meantime, you go love up your beastlies. Keep them safe this Christmas season. If it's chaotic for you, it's doubly chaotic for them. So just take care and have patience with them. They're doing the best they can. Happy holidays. Come back for the holiday greeting tomorrow or the next day. We'll see you then. My Tick at the Lake. Out for now.